Welcome to Philly, Shaq.
I appreciate you, man.
So, why Philly over Dallas?
Yeah, I don't think it was just Dallas, Philly. It was more so, Nick and I were together when we was in Indy. Nick was a great coach, great competitor. We had a bond, when we was in Indy. So we kind of just went with that.
How'd you form that bond, being defensive captain over there, and him obviously working on the offensive side of the ball?
For one, just competing against each other, day in and day out. And then in team meeting rooms on Saturdays, whenever they had to stand up, offensive coordinators had to talk. We kind of joked around because he always said "all right" after maybe every 2 words, and we kind of built a bond from there. And then just kind of kept with it from there.
You talked about a sales pitch. What was the sales pitch for you to come to Philly?
It was more so just the environment that I would be in. It fit my mentality and the dog mentality that he has. The defense when they run sideline to sideline, it was kind of my scheme, and taking the ball away, something that I could kind of bring, and that kind of was it.
How have these first few days been in terms of getting acclimated to everything? I know it's a lot all at once.
Oh man, it's pretty crazy. The mind hasn't stopped yet. For one, just meeting everyone, and then trying to learn the terminology of the defense. And I'm just trying to study as much as I possibly can, and you got to learn the game plan. So it's just been a little crazy, but I'm grateful and thankful for it.
Where do you see yourself fitting within this defense? Obviously, they struggled a lot on Sunday. So how do you think you can really add something?
I just think wherever they need me. That's my job is to come in. Wherever the coach need me to be. That's who I'm gonna be. Just experience. I think that I can, help that out. What I see on the field or on the sideline, whatever the case may be, and just be the best teammate I could possibly be.
This is a team that's struggled on third down conversions on defense. Do you feel like you'll be a part of that with this team, and how did you discuss that with Sean so far?
Honestly, don't know. Like I said, I'm only taking it day by day, and just doing the small details and. Right now it's just learning the playbook, and then I guess whenever that my number calls, he would tell me what to do and where to do it at. So I'm just taking it day by day and doing what I can.
To follow up on that, what is your expectation for your role on Sunday?
I don't have any expectation. Just whatever the coach need me to do, whatever this team need me to do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
And you have an accomplished career. You're a 3-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. This season and last season, production has been down. What do you think is the reason for that?
I think I had 2 back surgeries. I think that might be the number one reason. But just kind of get acclimated back again, playing football and, get my feet back up under me, stuff like that.
How much did coming to a team that really needs your skill set factor in your decision to come here?
I'm not going to say they need me. I felt like their defense was playing well. I felt like the linebackers was playing well. I have a lot of respect for their linebackers. So it wasn't that. It was more so I wanted to go somewhere that would, fit me, and that a coach knew who I was as a person and as a player, and that's why I came here. It wasn't more so a need, something like that, because I felt like the linebackers were playing well.
So obviously,
with the back surgeries, is it something that takes a while for you to kind of get back to what you were previously?
No, it's just with the back surgery, you gotta, I couldn't run for 5 or 6 months, so you got to get back to get my feet back up under me, making the right steps, make sure I don't false step, stuff like that. So it's just more so getting back to muscle memory because I couldn't do it for a while.
Do you feel like you were back, like fully back to the form that you were at before? Is there anything that still feels like it needs to be sharpened or is different that you've had to adjust to?
I think it's more so just planting, just planting the right way, just kind of getting used to planting out the left side. I think that's about it.
Were you stunned by what happened in Indy, and how badly do you want to prove that, hey, I'm still a player in this league?
Can you ask that again, please?
And were you stunned by what happened in Indy, and how badly do you want to prove to people, hey, I'm still a top level player in this league?
Of course I was stunned, but this thing is a business, and I respect their decision to move forward. I wish them nothing but the best, and of course it's not just proving to Indy, that I can still play. I want to prove to myself that I still can play, and that's why I continue to just grind as hard as I possibly can and come out and put my best foot forward.
Nick had mentioned what it was like in practice in Indianapolis, his offense versus you. What are your memories in that? What it's like? Because y'all both seem to be y'all can talk in practice.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of trash talk, and just I felt like we brought out the best in each other. because I knew that Nick was going to pull up a great game plan in practice whenever it came down to competing, and so it made me kind of go out and be the best version of myself and try to compete, because I knew that the next team meeting that he was going to say something about if the offense won. So we just kind of competed, and I think that's one thing that I love to do is compete, and I think Nick does the same. So it was pretty fun.
Is there a particular story about your competitions with Nick? Is there a particular story about competing with Nick?
Nah, man, not to stand out. 'Cause I felt like every day was a competition, and just competing and just having fun, getting better.
What kind of role did Sean Desai play and you decided to come here?
Say it again.
What kind of role did Sean Desai himself play and you decided to come here?
I thought he played a good. He played a good role. When I came in, we sat down and talked exactly. What was the game plan of, how the linebackers played. If I did choose to come to Philly, how did he see me used or stuff like that. So I thought he did good.
Is it strange your first game is going to be against the Cowboys after the last couple of weeks here, and that's who you go against your first game with you?
It is what it is. I just feel like, playing against whoever, not trying to make it too big or too small. Just try to take it one game at a time, and each game the same exact approach, no matter who I'm facing.
How do the linebackers play here relative to how you played in Indianapolis, style-wise?
Sideline to sideline. I feel like their D-line keep them free, play zone, be able to use their speed, quickness, and I feel like they play downhill and take the ball away. It's something that I love to do.
Can you talk a little bit more? I mean, it's pretty basic, but can you talk about the importance of how the offense has to stay out on the field long drives, even if you don't get a result?
Yeah, going 3 and out is really tough for the offense to get in a groove, and then it puts our defense in a tough spot going onto the field quicker than they would probably like. So that's a big thing for us. And last week, especially when we get into the red zone, we got to score a touchdown. That's a big point of emphasis for us, and we didn't get that done early in the game last week. And let them stick around longer in that first quarter than we would have liked. But there's a lot of things that go into it, and a lot of things that we got to clean up and get ready this week, because we're going to be playing a good offense again, and we're going to have to go down and put points on the board.
What's the likelihood you'll play Sunday?
I think the likelihood's very high. Really excited. I was trying to get back last week, and it wasn't quite time, but I think my return is going to be this week, so really excited to go and prepare this week and test it out on the field.
How much you played in a while? Do you worry about being in football shape and all that stuff, and how many snaps do you think?
I think we do a really good job here with our training staff and our strength staff. With another good thing about having an upper body injury is I'm still able to run, still be on the bike and things like that. So, like I said, the strength staff has been doing a good job trying to make sure I get as many yardage as I would if I was practicing, things like that. So, I feel like I'm in a really good position to come back, and I'll play as much as they'll let me.
How much irony is there for you that you're returning against Dallas after getting injured against Dallas?
Obviously I don't want to miss any games, but this is a big game. It's really fun going down to Dallas every year and playing in a fun environment like that. So I'm really excited to get back, and Dallas has a ring to it. So really glad that I'm able to go and kind of put everything else to bed and get out there and play football again.
And I apologize for you want to put things to bed, but you've been asked this also over the past couple of weeks. What do you think happened on that play in which you got injured? Why do you think it was a clean play? What was your take on the whole?
Yeah, it was one of those tough situations. He got my arm wrapped up and fell on top of it. Nothing dirty on his part. Wish I would have pulled my arm back a little bit faster so he couldn't have grabbed it. But it's part of the sport. Injuries, they say, it's not if, it's when. Thankful that I just get to get back on the field this week.
We heard you after in the mic up segment talk about no more stiff arms. I mean, does that put any doubt in your mind about how to handle some of the end of plays now?
Not really. I think it was more of a fluke play, something that's not going to happen very often. I've never had it happen before, so I feel like my running style will stay the same. But yeah, there might be I'll just make sure I get it back a little bit faster. Won't leave it out there so they can grab onto it.
How's the scar?
The scar looks pretty sick, man. Doc did a really good job putting it back together. So, dang, you guys probably can't even notice it. So it's so perfectly healed up.
Hey, Dallas, you played the Colts twice in your career. What's it like going up against Shaq Leonard?
He's a tremendous player. He's long, he's fast, he's physical. He's got great, skills that you can't teach. He's always around the ball, and he's long, he's physical. Really excited to have him on this team, and excited to see what he can do this week.
Dallas, you guys obviously did what you did Friday. The path to that is different. Win versus loss this week. How important and how much is that on your guys' minds as you go into this?
It's not really that important or on our mind. We're really focused on just going down and winning this game. It's a big game in the division. We know how important this one is. We're going to focus on this one and worry about the results after the game and worry about what we have to do next week.
You mentioned long 2 times there between him and Cunningham. You guys.
Highly likely.
What does that do in the passing game when they have that length on defense?
Yeah, it clouds windows on the inside. If they can get depth, put their hands up, it's tough to drop that 15, 20-yard throw over the top of them. And then, both of them just play with a really physical style, which, we take pride in. We value that, especially at that position. So really looking forward to them both being out there at the same time and seeing how well they can complement each other in our defense.
What disappointed you most about watching the film of that game? The 49ers game.
Us just not executing, because we got all the talent in the world and just coming up short in certain areas, that we know we're better in, and I think that was the most disappointing thing. I'm all right with it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not all right with it. I'm not all right with it.
Bruce for you to get Dallas back this week?
It's gonna help us out tremendously. Glad he's back. He worked his tail off to get back to help us out. It's going to take a lot of pressure off me, of course. So, I'm glad it's him.
Is it pretty apparent when you watch the tape, like how much differently defenses can play?
For sure. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I know linebackers aren't covering you, but when you played against the Colts, you saw Shaquille Leonard twice a year. What does that addition do to you guys?
Man, his presence on the field, whenever I played him, man, he always let his presence be known, man. He plays hard. You always got to worry about him punching the ball out. That was always a talk whenever we played the Colts, and he was the leader. So just having him over here, and I'm sure, just watching from afar, you can tell like the leadership value that he had over there in the Colts, and just having it in the locker room, in his locker room, is going to help us out a lot.
You mentioned in the beginning being really fired up for this week. What is driving that?
What is driving that? Somebody want what's on your plate. You're going to let them take it. And don't put it just like that.
There's so much noise outside of this team. You guys are 10-2, but everybody's acting like the sky is falling.
That's Philly.
Yeah. But how do you guys kind of just focus on what's going on inside this building? Because none of that really matters.
No, honestly, none of it matters, but we just got to go out and do our job. We got to, get back to it, honestly, just continue to hold guys accountable, hold your best players accountable, and come out and play your style of game, because it's gonna be a good game, So
what can you learn from the film from the last time you guys saw the Cowboys, what they did defensively, to use this week to really prepare and kind of, I guess, anticipate what they may do again to slow you down?
Honestly, I think it's all about us. It's all about us executing and playing our style of football, regardless of what team we play. They know us and we know them, so of course, like I said, it's gonna be a really good game. But like I said, it's about us. So.
AJ, you guys had the goal of winning a division title coming into the season, and win or lose, the path to that is very different this week. How much is that on your guys' minds as you go down there? What you could accomplish like
I don't think that's something for us to worry about. Right now we have a game that is a division game and means a lot, but other than the things that what could happen if we win or lose, you can't worry about that going into the game. You got to try to go 1-0 each and every week. It's another opportunity, to let out some frustration after last week, and afterwards you let the chips fall over their neck. You can't go in just worried about that and focus on that. Now you got to go in with your assignment, and come ready to play.